Howdy, howdy, my beautiful Scorpio. How you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, honey, I'm going to be getting into a you versus them reading, the person that is on your mind right now, Scorpio. I'm going to be getting into some tarot cards, see what kind of perspective we can get through tarot cards, and hopefully this provides some food for thought for you when it comes to your situation. But remember, darling, put this in perspective. I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you, my beautiful Scorpio. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, and tarot cards are never going to get into all the nuances of your own personal relationship. Regardless of what decision you end up making with this connection, Scorpio, I'm always here to support you, darling, right? So if you enjoyed this tarot reading today, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe. I also do your weekly general tarot readings for your zodiac sign, Scorpio, every Thursday, darling, sometimes on Friday. So yeah, let's just get into your reading. Hopefully you enjoy this tarot reading, darling, and yeah, let's see what's going on your side, darling, and as well as on their side, Scorpio. Remember also, if you'd like to book a private personal reading with me, Scorpio, my website's always linked down below, simplyvelca.com. All right, let's jump into this. Splitting it over here, Scorpio. On your end, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Cups coming in here. Ooh, girl, this last card, Scorpio, is going to make or break how we receive this, darling. Queen of Wands. Okay, so right off the bat, Scorpio, I want to say for you guys, this really reflects fabulously overall for your weekly readings that I've been getting for you. That Nine of Pentacles lets me know you're in this energy, this perspective right now of doing what is best for you, what is serving you the most, right? And with the Nine of Pentacles in this artwork, yeah, most artworks of the Nine of Pentacles, Scorpio, usually we'll have some type of Avery involving the situation here. Girl, let me make a little adjustment, honey. You know, some type of Avery, some type of bird. I always like to see this personally, Scorpio, as like your spirit guide or something guiding you. So at this time, I would say when it comes to this connection, regardless of how you're feeling towards this, Scorpio, you're having some thoughts on like how to handle this situation, right? And I say with this Two of Cups here, Queen of Wands, now this is definitely regarding like, it's like you're definitely considering taking action in regards to this connection. You know, for probably about 80% of you Scorpios, there's this like desire for you to, or this notion rather, Scorpio, for you to kind of just split off a little bit here, because it does feel as if, you know, I don't know what your reasoning is, Scorpio, but there is this desire for you to be like asking the question, being like, you know, maybe there's something better out there for me. Maybe there's someone that can appreciate my energy more, right? And this could be romantic, platonic, darling, could even be work situated, Scorpio. So keep this in mind, darling. All right, so let's see how this other person is feeling as well in regards to you. We have the Five of Swords here. Ooh, Scorpio, honey. Scorpio. Ten of Swords. Oh, Scorpio, darling. Scorpio, girl. This last card, Scorpio, I'm scared to pull it, darling. I feel like, no, it don't matter at this point, darling, with all the other cards. Knight of Pentacles, Scorpio. So, darling, in regards to them, they are feeling pretty hurt about this situation, darling, right? They're feeling pretty hurt. I would even say, well, I want to ask the question more so of where this Ten of Swords is coming from. Did they make a mistake, Scorpio, or what? Because with this Five of Swords here, this is like an energy of where they're feeling a little bit sour towards you, Scorpio, to be honest. So then it's just like, why are you feeling sour, darling? It's because of this Ten of Swords, Scorpio, right? And so it's like, in my mind, I'm just like, well, if they're feeling sour, like, obviously, you know, my way of viewing things, like, it's like I'm taking this Ten of Swords where it's just like, well, did they mess up? Did you cause them some type of pain, Scorpio? And then this Knight of Pentacles here. This is interesting. We're going to be doing a clarifier real quick for this Ten of Swords right off the bat. Is this like what they did, Scorpio? Or is this what you did? Hierophant in the reverse. So there's definitely this situation when it comes to this connection. I would say that this has been a long standing relationship that's been in your life. This isn't giving me some type of fling energy here, right? There has been some sense of commitment, some sense of Nine of Cups coming in here. One last one. I guess we're clarifying this whole row, and this Judgment card coming in. So Scorpio, I'm actually getting this general sense here where there's just pain in general, right? I'm not saying that they didn't cause you pain, Scorpio, but on their side of things, right, you know, this may be a situation where they're like a perpetual victim as well, Scorpio, where they're just like, they're feeling pain, you know, they might have cut their nose to spite their face, is something I used to always hear when I was a child, of where it's just like they're painful of the situation, but at the same time, time they're resentful towards you about this pain, Scorpio. So then it's just like, well, girl, like, why, right? Because this Judgment card here and this nine of cups, like, it's like they associated so much with you, darling, but it's almost as if some type of action that's happened, probably dealing with the fact of where they're probably sensing, Scorpio, your desire of doing stuff for yourself more rather than for them. So this is giving me very much a scenario, Scorpio, come along with me, darling, as I tell this. It's like, let's just say that you always used to just give and give and give and give and give to this connection, but you never really received it. It just became a situation, Scorpio, where you were providing so much emotional stability or just stability in general to them, darling. You're always providing a service to them, but never asking anything in return, because, you know, when it comes to connections, darling, Scorpio, right, you always want to just hope that people do things just for your betterment as well. In this situation here, it's like, now that you start distancing yourself, being like, all right, I don't know if I can continue being like your emotional punching bag. I don't know if I can continue being your shoulder to cry on, because your focus is on yourself right now, right? You're trying to figure out what's best for you, Scorpio. And so I do get this sense here where it's just like, now on their perspective, Scorpio, they're seeing this and they're receiving this and they're being like, I don't like this. You know, they're almost trying to find a way of villainizing you, Scorpio, for you doing what's best for you, not even realizing that they were pushing you to this point of where you had to go get your emotional fulfillment from something else or somewhere else, that you have to finally start putting yourself forward, right? Very much so, just like underappreciating you, Scorpio. So clarifiers on your side. Getting deeper into this, Wheel of Fortune coming in here with the Three of Wands, Scorpio, as well as the Page of Wands. And so with this Wheel of Fortune, this was a card that was inverted for you, Scorpio. So it does feel as if something kind of just changed up in this connection, Scorpio. Maybe at one point you were providing to them, and because I feel, here's the thing, Scorpio, I keep on getting this impression that you're providing a lot to this connection, and maybe initially they their intentions were to Scorpio, they provided something towards you, but it just feels as if as time has went on, they became a little bit more selfish when it comes to like their wants and their desires. And since I feel as if you guys weren't really speaking your piece, Scorpio, and being like, hey, like I need a little something as well, honey, you know, it's like their selfish desires just started overwhelming like what it is that, you know, when it came to this connection, Scorpio. I do feel as if for you guys, what did I call this? This is the Three of Swords. I don't know what I called this beforehand. Girl, Scorpio, you're gonna have to forgive me. I don't have my glasses. But with this connection, it's where it's just like, you know, the tide started changing with this situation where it started bringing forth a lot more disappointment. Maybe at one point it was providing some niceness to you, but, you know, it's like this sense of where they became more distant emotionally towards you, or just distant in the sense of like where it's like your priorities started going lower and lower on the totem pole as their priorities became, like what was important to them became the priority. And so again, there's this, with this Page of Wands here, it feels like you're putting, like, again, it's this sense of where it's like, you know what, since you're not providing anything to me, darling, I'm gonna have to, like, at some point you're gonna have to call it and be like, hey girl, like I gotta do what's good for me, darling. So Scorpio, this is, girl, I'm trying my best not to project my own personal opinion on this, Scorpio. I always like to say that I'm always going to be that friend that speaks that honest truth to you. But darling, I'm trying so hard not to project my own personal opinion, because it's just like, this is just a very much so giving me perpetual victim, Scorpio. And it's just like, even if there was not the sense of you being an emotional punching bag to them, it's like you had to put in all the effort for the communication. It just feels like you were doing a lot of, like, you're putting in all the effort in some aspect, and then they started lacking in it. But once you started pulling away, they're just like, well, wait a minute, why are you doing this to me, Scorpio? I don't like this perpetual victimhood that this energy's in. But so y'all, Scorpio, already know where I feel about this, but I ain't gonna tell you what to do with this. Let's see how this connection is gonna play out, Scorpio. Best case scenario, darling. How's this situation gonna play out? Best case scenario for you, Scorpio. Queen of Swords, girl, two of Pentacles, and one last one, Scorpio, Four of Swords. Honestly, the best case scenario when it comes to this connection, and keep in mind, like, your spirit guides are never going to come in with a filter, right, darling? This is giving me this sense of where I feel as if at some point it's going to become too much, this connection. Maybe you can deal with it for a little bit longer, Scorpio. Maybe even on some part of you can't conceptualize the future without them. Just because of this Hierophant coming in here, they definitely were part of your life for quite some time. Most definitely, Scorpio. But I am getting the sense, best case scenarios, where it's just like, at some point there's going to be a breaking point on your end. Queen of Swords here, Four of Swords, where you're just like, you know what, I just can't do this anymore, right? And I feel as if you just like completely cut off, set the boundaries, you cut off from this connection, and you really don't have anything to do with them. I wouldn't be surprised, Scorpio, if there's just like at some point when it comes to this connection that you just kind of end up just blocking them. To be honest, you end up just blocking them and just like washing your hands clean of the situation, because it's just like I'm being shown like a Scorpio just like breathing heavily. So it's almost like you are just, they push you to the point of just exhaustion, emotional exhaustion, Scorpio, where it's just like you just can't even like deal with them having like another breakdown. You can't deal with them continuously making it about themselves and not really thinking about how the situation is impacting you personally, Scorpio. Like really, this is just giving me such a heavy situation, Scorpio, where it's just like they don't want to really think about where it is that they're going wrong in this situation, honestly, right? Well, let me not speak too out of pocket. Let me get a couple more cards. What are their intentions towards you, Scorpio? Eight of Swords. I don't feel like they're gonna change, Scorpio. They're not gonna change here. They're not gonna change from this. It's like the Hanged Man here, like Hanged Man and the Seven of Wands here, darling. It's almost as if they're stuck in their ways, Scorpio, because they have like some deep-rooted trauma, right? Maybe they're a perpetual victim just because of like old connections in their past that's been holding them back, and so they're afraid of ever admitting fault, because anytime that they did beforehand, like things came crashing down around them. But that's not an excuse, Scorpio. That was a situation from the past. It has nothing to do with you, and so it's unfair for you to be treated in this way because of how they, like, at some point in time they have to grow up, Scorpio. I mean, just to be honest, they have to grow up. And so really it's one of those questions where you ask yourself, where it's like, do you want to really fight through this and try to get them out of this Eight of Swords situation where they just are very much so like stubborn and like they're set in their ways, right? Or are you going to just split off into something new entirely, darling? Now, obviously, with these tarot cards, darling, and with my own bias, I feel like that's the best case for you when it comes to this connection, is just to look into new things. And maybe at some point in the future, that provides the wake-up call to them, Scorpio, to start working on themselves. But right now, I just feel like the best thing for you right now is to really just put some Queen of Swords energy into this, put some strong boundaries in this connection, and just do you for a little bit, Scorpio. But yeah, darling, that is the weekly tarot, and I guess it's not weekly, maybe I should do this weekly, Scorpio. But that is the you versus them tarot reading that I have with when it comes to this person on your mind. I'm wishing you the best in regards to this connection, Scorpio. Remember, free will and all that, darling, so I'm always going to support you whatever decisions you end up making in this connection. And because at the end of the day, honey, you know your situation, you know what it is that you can handle the most. Not some tarot cards, not just this man reading them to you, right? So I'm never going to pressure you into making a decision. So I love you so much, darling. Bye, Scorpio.